Hello, welcome or welcome back. Thanks for stopping by. Got a small pile here. Got a couple we're waiting on payment for. Maybe I'll be able to put them in this video. Depends on when they pay. First up, a Macari order. Macari is somewhat paying off, but this is a stamped cross-stitch kit. It is super cute, and it looks like it's probably somewhat easy. So, yeah, no. Don't want to put that. I think that'll fit in there. Looks like it'll fit in there. So, do we have anything of interest going on? Well, new day, new video, update on the situation in which I was like, they were processing a crime scene. Yeah. If you didn't catch that video, you should watch the last one. But found out what happened. Apparently a guy had run from the cops, and what sounded like fireworks was apparently gunfire. So they guess had to shoot the bad guy. And from what I understand, he got shot in the stomach and in the leg, and they airlifted him out. He will live. He will also apparently go back to prison. Let's see here. This is going out to Brittany. And here we have cute little tunic shirt top. We got the little half button placket thing going on. Definitely cute. Can, you know, do a little utilitarian look and whatnot with it for sure. So, yeah, I guess he's recently out of prison on probation. They caught him doing donuts in a parking lot. He ran from them. Chase ensued. I'm going to assume he probably pulled a gun or some sort of weapon on them. Because, you know, you're not allowed to just shoot people. Even if they're getting away, you can't just shoot people. That is not legal. So, yeah. Which could be one of the reasons he ran. As on parole. Probably not allowed to have guns. Can't see why you would be. Most people aren't. Even Trump isn't. Yeah, even Trump isn't. Yeah. So, probably guns. Possibly, probably was on drugs. I don't know. So that's that situation. This is going out to Inez. And here we have, this is a cute skirt. This allows for color blocking. It's probably cut on the bias, I would assume. Just says A-line. Not seeing anything about it being cut on the bias. Maybe it's not. Maybe you just work with straight down. Don't know. But you got the little asymmetrical hem going on, which I love. So, okay. I do have a little bit of something else to talk about. And that actually has to do with reselling, believe it or not. Because, you know, I do actually do stuff with reselling. I watched yet another YouTuber that was on their spiel about how you have to sell high dollar items. And I'm just like, oh joy, another one of them. That, you know, the answer is no, you do not have to sell high dollar items. Do you have to put in more work? Most of the time, no. This is something that gets stuck in people's heads. If they live in an area in which high dollar items are readily available, then it is much less work for you to do that. Because you can sell less items for more money. A lot of us don't live in areas where you can find all the items. And if you don't, the amount of time you will have to spend sourcing is so much more than selling a higher volume of lower priced items. And that's just basic math. This one is going out to Alan. And here we have a couple different cross-stitch books. Seascapes. We'll give you a little sneak peek because it's like duckies and birds. This one is ships and sea life, and I think it's got a lot of like lighthouses in it. So I bundled those together because bundles can be awesome. And sometimes you just need a bundle to get rid of things. So, yeah. This person, it was really weird too because they have a partner that resells as well, and their partner does the low-cost, high-volume model. And I'm just like, is your partner seriously okay with you just like full-on sitting there dissing them this entire... You know, I wouldn't be. I'd be like, dude, you know? I don't know. I'm just here to say, and I will continue to say, see if I can fold this over a little bit more. But, you know, it's not about a particular model being the one that everybody has to use. You have to find the model that works best for you. And if you live in a rural area that is, you know, lower median income and stuff like that, you're not finding high dollar items. And if you want to do that sort of sourcing where you're spending 80 hours a week driving all over the place sourcing items, then you're more than welcome to do that. I mean, if you hate listing and you love sourcing and 80 hours a week sourcing is worthwhile to you, then do it. You know, it is so about what works for you. This is going out to Sharon. And here we have cute little 70s top. You got like, looks like a splitting outline, the yoke top. I'm guessing probably the tie scarf thingy. Most likely comes with it, with the pattern, though it kind of doesn't look like it. Do we see a tie scarf? No, I don't think we do. That's weird. Usually the tie scarf comes with the pattern. It might have a, you know, cut a piece this length so that you can do a tie scarf. Who knows? Yeah. Kind of surprised. Kind of surprised. So, yeah. It's not about a particular model. It's about finding the model that works well for you. And would I love to sell 2 or 3 super high dollar items every day? The answer to that is heck yeah. Might even go with a hell yeah. But I can't do that because those sorts of things just aren't here. I'm pretty sure I've explained this before. Where I live, it's not just my town. It's my town, my county, the surrounding counties, probably about a 2-hour radius from me. So it'd be like 4 hours completely across, you know, in all directions. We are a very impoverished area. Our median income is less than half of the state median income. We are poor. People don't buy high quality stuff, and if they do, they use it till it is dead in the dirt. And that is just the way it works around here. And there's nothing wrong with that. We know how to thrive, we know how to get by, we know how to live life and go forward. Let's see, this is going out to Elizabeth. I can say that name, I swear. with Elizabeth, they could also be somebody that has a preference that their name be pronounced Elizabeth. If you are, and you're watching this, I understand that there are multiple ways. Most likely, if somebody's saying Elizabeth instead of Elizabeth, it's more of an accent thing. It's not a pronouncing your name wrong thing. So always keep that in mind. Sometimes when people pronounce your name wrong, it's not because they're pronouncing your name wrong. It's because they have a different accent. I don't care if my name's pronounced slightly differently. You know, and I understand that some people have names that, you know, people like me have no clue how to pronounce, and that's probably a little bit hard on you guys, and I do apologize for that one. So, yeah, it's just, you know, it's the in thing on YouTube right now. Full on, you know, buy my course, join my Patreon, and this is how you can, you know, how you can make your business easy and work only 10 hours a week and make $100K a year. And it's just like, yeah, that don't work for everybody. Yeah. Let's see here. This one is going out to Dolores. And here we have a quilt pattern. This is called Rosie Finch. Cute little triangle working pattern. So that's really all I can say on that. I can maybe try and put together at some point some little bit about, you know, kind of understanding more of the mathematics behind all of that. Because, you know, if I'm spending 80 hours a week sourcing to make what I'm making now, that is just very much not worth it. And I'm somebody who doesn't really care for sourcing. So doing this sort of deal where I'm buy bulk and just list the bulk and stuff like that, which means I'm listing a lot of low dollar items, that just works for me. Sometimes that has to be taken into consideration. You have to take into consideration your location, what you can and can't find in your area, how you source, liquidation, buying bulk online, auctions, thrifting, garage sales. Some people literally just know people. They just go around to the different people they know and say, hey, what you got for me? Those are very friendly people and very extroverted. This girl here can definitely not be one of those people. But I'd love to have a few sources here and there. That would be really nice. This is going out to Lois. Couple more just came in. Setup is already here, so I'm adding these in. First one, cute little skirt. It's got a little flare going on to it, kind of flounce-like. You can see the picture, how it's accomplished. You know, different lengths, mini, knee, probably around calf length. Don't really have a whole lot to say. You know, much else to say. I just, and this content creator, this YouTuber, was also kind of rude about it. They were just kind of going off on how, you know, you need to do it this way. And it's just kind of like, I don't know. Just don't know. And the comments section, there were several people that was kind of like, we're cool with you, but no, you don't need to do it this way. Like, we know this. It's been the past couple years that people have been saying this. And we've watched many YouTubers try it, and they're not accomplishing it. This is going out to Pam. And here we have repeat customer. This is cute, by the way. Cute dress, cute shirt. You can go crop, you can go regular length, long sleeve. Looks like you can, I don't know if they're pushed up sleeves or if they're like elbow sleeves or what, so you can do poofy sleeves or straight sleeves. So, but we got a repeat customer, so they get a sticker. And I do have another order in which payment is still pending, which, you know, it's one I hope to show you, and will show you probably, hopefully, right after this one when I, the next day is here and I do next day's orders. Yeah, it's a slightly higher priced one, so whenever somebody buys a higher priced one, especially on offer, it kind of, you know, you kind of want to sit and, you know, wonder if they're going to actually pay. And given that I looked at the number of offers they had put out, given that they were probably very much trying to lowball me originally, you know, you kind of wonder and worry about it a little bit, I'm not going to lie. But if that sale does go through, it will be a very nice sale, because people who sell low dollar items in general do not sell only low dollar items. That is really hard to do. We sprinkle the cheaper items in and out through the better priced items. So that is the way that one actually works. Let's see here. This is going out to Ellen, repeat buyer. Okay, just a quick add-in. This is the pattern I was talking about. It will, of course, have a thing up in the corner showing the sale. This is a 1950s pattern, 56, 59, something like that. It is a very cool coat. You have an option to put in a yoke right here or not. And additionally, you have a sleeveless, if you want to call that sleeveless, that is a huge old collar, or a long sleeve version, a shorter coat or a longer coat. It's just a very cool pattern. This is a cut pattern. I rarely sell cut patterns. Normally I wouldn't, but I saw this one, saw it was cut. I was like, you know, if that's not worth anything, I'm going to keep it for myself. Because if it wasn't worth anything, I think that would have been a really, really cool pattern to make on my channel at some point. But I looked it up. Yeah, the uncut ones were selling for like $70 or something like that. So I put mine on for $65, accepted an offer of $50. Kind of assumed $50 was most likely what I was going to get for it. It is one size. It's a size 10, I believe. Yeah, it doesn't say on the back. Yeah, I had to pull out the pieces to figure it out. But I did want to show that off, and my setup is just not... It's not set up at the moment. So, instead of showing me packing it, was just going to show it to you. Just to tell you, yes, there are patterns out there that people will pay a pretty penny for. So, always be on the lookout. And we'll move on to probably tomorrow's packing. And here we are, day 2. Another pile of stuff. We have a Macari order. Another one. Macari is starting to pay off for sure. The second half of this video, trying to find my stuff again, as usual. I want to continue talking about just different selling models and just this thing on YouTube with, you know, it just being the end thing that high selling items is the end thing right now, which, you know, not knocking the model. Great model. If you can do it, I say do it, because it can be a lot easier, but I think the number of people that can do that model is a lot more limited, or it requires, like I was talking about before, it might actually require more time than a different model, you know? Let's see here. This is going out to Victoria, I believe. Yes. I totally forgot to show you that last one. Was trying to think of what I was talking about. It was it's called an apron skirt. It's from the, I want to say the 60s or something like that. So it was an older vintage pattern. Pretty cute design though. This one here, I'm pretty sure I've actually shown this one before, but the one I sold before was adults, I believe, and this one is the kids pattern. But costumes, they sell year round. But I was talking about, you know, the business model you choose is not based on what is popular on the internet, what is popular on YouTube. This might run out. Dunno. It's about what is going to work best for, I grabbed 2 of these. It's going to work best for you. You have to take into account your location, what you can buy in your area, what sort of time you're willing to spend sourcing, because you can find high dollar items in other areas. Might require a ton of travel, which means you're going to have to invest in, you know, the travel. You're going to have gas. You're going to have a car that is reliable. You're going to have to keep up with repairs on that car. You might want to invest in a car that is low gas mileage. You might need to invest in a car that has it's got a lot more junk in the trunk. We'll call it that, okay? Because you're going to need the space. And you might not be able to invest in a vehicle with great gas mileage if you need it that size. Those things have to be taken into consideration. Your numbers are not just the numbers that show your profit. It's not just, oh, this bought for this much, it sold for this much, this is my fees, this is my shipping. That is not the only numbers you have to pay attention to. There are so many more numbers in your business. This is going out to Janet. This is going out to Roseanne. I keep looking at the second name. Why am I doing that? And here we have a repeat customer. Cute kids outfit. Love the little tiered, layered thing. Gauze, linen-y type of fabric. Great for the summer. I already got one of those on it. I've only got a couple of these sizes left. I might run out before I finish today's orders. I have plenty of these. That's actually can transition me into one of the things that is important when it comes to certain business models, especially a high volume sort of business model. You have to have your supplies on hand. And like I said here, I'm almost out. Well, I'm not almost out. I've got 3 that are unpackaged. I have 4 or 5 packages that have, like, I think they have 25 in them each. I have those, they're just not unpackaged, which is going to slow down my shipping on camera if I run out of those. It's not going to slow down the shipping any because I have to unpackage them no matter what. And this one is going out to Janet. And here we have a dress. This can give you kind of retro vibes, I think. But it looks fairly simple, really cute. You can add a little bit at the waist. You can add a little bit of ruching at the neckline. You can have a higher neckline, sleeveless, cap sleeve. I think this one looks like it's raglan sleeve. Cool. But like I was saying with shipping, you know, if you're working in high volume, you need to have those supplies on hand. You need to not just be, you know, watching and going, oh, I've gotten down to, I'm almost out of these, I need to order them. No, you need to be doing an inventory, basically, of your shipping supplies, like every week, and then going, okay, well, I want to keep, you know, 500 of these on hand, and I have 300, so I need to order 200 more this week. Oh, this is a threads. And these tend to be just slightly bigger. Really simplicity, really. So these sorts of things are going to be important if you're working a higher volume business. You can generally get away with it if you're doing more high sellers and you have less going out at higher prices, you know. You can get away with it a lot more not having your supplies on hand. But even then, it's a little bit more organized if you do that. But this is just something that has to be taken into consideration if you're going to be able to keep up on, you know, having your shipping supplies and having your office supplies and those sorts of things on hand. But it can be done, and it's really not hard. See, this is going out to Pat. And this is cute. When I first saw this pattern, I was like, oh my gosh, how cute. Looky, you got a starfish, you got a crab, you got a dolphin, you got an octopus, got a narwhal. I was about to say unicorn. It's a little early in the morning, people. Brain sometimes not fully functioning. But, yeah. The reality is, it really doesn't matter what business model you use. You really need to streamline the process. And I think one of the reasons the high price sell-through thing is so popular is because people think it's easier, or that it's more of, you know, the lazy man's, I don't know if that's going to fit or not, you know, the lazy man's business model. And it's very much touted as that, you know, oh, it's so much easier. No, it's not. I'm sorry, it's not. Just because you may be able to get away with, you know, not keeping up on your inventory as much, and oh, it's so much easier to sell 5 items at $100 each than it is to sell 50 items at $10 each. That depends. That really depends on what items you're selling. I mean, I list most of these in under a minute. And somebody listing, you know, higher dollar items, they might take 20 minutes to list an item. I can get up 20 items, you can get up 1. We're still spending the same amount of time. We really are. And that, you know, it's not necessarily easier. We'll just leave it at that. This is going out to Roxanne. And here we have a shirt dress. This one's a little bit boxy, kind of loose. You can go with kind of a more modest look on it. I should do kind of a different color top and bottom, or like really popular during the time of this style, like a velvet, you know, top bit, and then a looser flowy skirt, you know, was a thing. So and you know, also was I thinking about bundles. I was talking to somebody online about bundles. People are like, oh, one of the great ways to get up your sell prices is doing a bundle. That depends. A lot of YouTubers don't necessarily explain this. Bundle is only worthwhile if the items you're getting basically for the price of one. And I mean, you know, it's not exactly the price of one, but what I'm saying is you're getting them for, you know, basically the same price you would for a single item selling. If you sell a bundle and you're like, oh, I went and bought 10 items and each item was $2 a piece, and that that bundle will sell for like $35, you just spent $20 on the product to get $35, and that's hoping that you didn't do free shipping. Whereas somebody else can maybe take those 10 items and sell them for $10 a pop, and you know, instead of 35, you're bringing in 100. There's a difference. So bundles aren't necessarily better. This is going out to Anna. And here we have another shirt dress, one you have probably seen a few times on this channel. It's a Vogue. It's an easy options. It's, you know, got some flair. It's got some shape. It's a cute pattern. Yeah. And you know, there's so much more to bundles than just, you know, just price and stuff. Sometimes you bundle things together because they won't sell separately on their own. That makes a bundle worth it. There's just, like I said, there's so much work that goes into it. And if you're selling higher priced items, bundles may be necessary to get those higher priced items, because things don't sell separately on their own. But you have to know these things. It's more so about your knowledge than it is about the selling model you use. I sell sewing patterns. Does that mean I know about sewing? Well, you can sell sewing patterns without knowing about sewing. It's a lot easier if you do, because people will ask you questions. But additionally, I have to keep up with fashion trends in order to make this work, because I need to know the fashion trends so I know what to put into my keywords. Let's see here. This is going out to Dyla. Cool pattern. This is a coat jacket. We've got the like oversized standing collar. Can be a little asymmetrical at the hemline. One bit sticking down a little more than the other. Wide button band. I love it. Vogue. And this is Marcy Tilton. Yeah. They don't necessarily sell for more, but they are cute styles. So if you sew and you like a little bit of an edge to your look, these can be good patterns. Let's see here. What was some other things I've been thinking about? Accounting. Know your numbers. This is the most important thing. It's not about which business model you use. It's about knowing your numbers. Knowing what, what sells for what money you're spending on things like gas, what money you're spending on supplies, what money you're spending on utilities. And it's not just knowing all of them together. You need to know them separately, because this is how you know where you can save money at. Shipping supplies. Buying in bulk, you can most often get them cheaper. So if you can buy in bulk and you're an high quantity seller, you sell in volume, you're most likely to get shipping supplies a lot cheaper than other people. This is going out to Steve. This is not going out to Steve. This is going out to the International Shipping Program. So Steve will be the next one. And here we have, last one, people, last one. We have a cute little shirt. This is a really cool pattern. You got the shirt that has this kind of overlay. And you got some basics with a nice little collar. Complete basic with a nice heavy facing. Got one with a little over collar thing. Just super cute, super simple. Nice pattern to have on hand. Give you a little bit of a different look while still being a very easy pattern. So, in conclusion, I'm just gonna have to say, it will never be about the business model, and online resellers really need to stop telling people that this is the way you have to run your business. Because no, it's not. You do you. You choose what is best for you. Just because somebody can do it one way. Like, I would never tell people to do things this way. If you're wanting to, I can help you with what I've learned. Am I an expert? No. Hell no. I just know what I know. I study. I look into multiple areas. I don't just listen to YouTubers. Like I said, I look up fashion. I know keywords from seeing styles that were the it thing this past spring. Need to do that again, maybe today. But it keeps you up to trend. And I even pay attention to things like, not specifically YouTube, but look back 10 years. You will see this trend of high-priced items. And within a couple of years, you'll see them falling away from that because it doesn't work for them. It's a trend. That is literally what it is, and it needs to be called out as such. Yes, it is a great business model if you can follow it. And if you can follow it, I say go for it, because it is a great business model. But it's not the only one, and you shouldn't feel like crap because you can't do that business model. And YouTubers need to stop calling people out and telling them they have to do it this way, because that is just rude AF. Seriously, rude AF, for sure. I was about to use the actual words there, sorry. You can do it. You have to put in the work, you have to put in the time. And this high price thing that people are spouting into, it's mostly just YouTubers that are making money off of their YouTube, off their online courses, off their Patreon. They're not making money off of reselling. They're telling you that so that you will go and follow them and buy their course, join their Patreon. Yeah, if somebody has a business model that you think you want to follow, find out where they're making their money, because if they're making their money off the course, who's to say that they actually know how to do that business model correctly? It takes a lot more research, know their past, know what they've worked with. There are great courses out there where the person no longer sells this item because they are focused on their course, but they go in, they do the research. They're constantly keeping up with changes to eBay, to Etsy, to Mercari, to Poshmark, whatever. They're keeping up with those changes. They know those changes. They might have a little small store on the side just to keep up with and try things and, learn about what's going on. But if your Patreon is simply just a guy who mostly makes YouTube videos, they might not have as much information as you think. Anyways, this video is already long enough. This is going out to Steve. This one is actually going out to Steve. And I will ask you kindly to do all the things. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Even feel free to hit that thumbs down button if you so choose. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.